Okay, yesterday we spoke about how to shake the lulav after a person recites the beracha and how to hold the lulav. Here he begins by explaining there are other times that we shake the lulav. Benosaf lenanuim shelachar bracha lulav. In addition to the shakings that come after the bracha, tiknu chachamim lechos et lulav be'et amirat ha'alel. The rabbis instituted to hold the lulav while we recite Hallel, unaneo be'et amirat psukim, and to shake them during the psukim, hodu l'Adonai kitov ki le'olam chasto, ve'ana Adonai Hoshiana. Those two psukim. V'samchu divrehem ala pasuk, and the rabbis connected this idea to the pasuk in Divrei Yamim, az yiranenu atzeh haya'ar, which is a pasuk that we recite every day in Hodu l'Hashem kiru bishmo. Then the branches of the forest, the trees of the forest will praise and sing Hodu l'Hashem kitov ki olam chasto ve'imnu oshienu Elohishenu v'kabetzenu v'atzilenu min hagoyim leodol Hashem kodshecha lishabech b'tilatecha. In other words, derech rinatam shel hayetzim al yedei shehem mitnoa'im, the ways of song, of rina, of the trees, through its I guess rustling and movement. Be'matai hem meranenim, when are they actually doing so? Be'et shomrim hodu l'Adonai kitov ki le'olam chasto, when they recite hodu l'Hashem kitov. So our shaking of the branches, okay, comes when we are saying hodu l'Hashem ki le'olam chasto, and as well ube'et shomrim Hoshienu Hashem Elohishenu v'kabetzenu min hagoyim, which is Ana Hashem Hoshiana. So that's the remez in the psukim, from those two psukim. Uvtoch kach lamadnu remez nosaf benanuei lulav. We've learned another allusion with regard to the shakings of the lulav. Sheyesh ba'em tefillah lekibutz hagaluyot me'arba kanfot tevel. The shaking of the lulav also represents this idea of being of kibbutz galuyot, the ingathering of the exiles from all four corners of the world, earth. Since the holiday of Sukkot, the rain is judged during this, that's why we recite Mashiv HaRuach and the Tfilat of the Geshem. Yesh benanuei arba'a minim shetzamchu begishmei hashana hakodemet bitui shel hoda'a labracha shel shana she'avra. We shake these four species that had already grown from the previous rain of last year, as an expression of thanks for the rain that already fell. Utfilah lashana ha'ba'ah, and then we also add a tfilah for the rain of the next year. Shemin hashamayim ve'aretz ve'al baruchot yavo alenu geshamim utlalim tovim, that Hashem should bring down good rains and good dew, velo geshamim utlalim ra'im velo ruchot ra'ot, or not any bad rains, God forbid, or bad dew or bad winds that can cause damage. So we want the rain. Not all rain is of bracha. You look at hurricanes, that's not rain of bracha. That's not wind of bracha. You have to have wind of bracha. כפי שלמדנו, מנענעים את הלולב בעת שאומרים שני פסוקים, הודו לאדוני כי טוב כי לעולם חסדו, ואנה אדוני הושיענה. Like we learned, those are the two psukim we shake the lulav. ונוהגים לחלק את הנענועים לפי המילים. We divide the shaking by words. ובעת אמירת שם השם, עוצרים ומכוונים לקדושת שמו. We do not shake the lulav when we recite Hashem's name, because you have to have kavanah in His name. נמצא אם כן שפסוק הודו, in the pasuk of Hodu, שיש בו שש מילים מלבד שם השם. There's six words besides for God's name. בכל מילה מנענעים לכיוון אחד. Therefore, for every one of those words, we are shaking in one direction. ובפסוק אנה, שיש בו שלוש מילים מלבד שם השם. The pasuk Ana Hashem Hoshiana only has four words. You take out Hashem's name, you're only left with three. V'kol milah menanaim lishne kibunim. Every milah we are menanea two directions. That's actually not the custom of the Sfaradim. That's the custom of the Ashkenazim. Apim mekubalim menaneim chamesh pe'amim. The mekubalim are menanea 5 times. Echad lachar bracha, once after the bracha ala lulav. Behodu l'Hashem harishon, the first hodu l'Hashem. The third time would be Ana Hashem Hoshiana. The fourth time is the second time you say Ana Hashem Hoshiana, and the fifth time is Hodu l'Hashem at the end b'shebesof ha'alel. Ve'en evdel ben ha'chazan la'kahal. There's no difference between the chazan and the kahal. V'chen noagim Sfaradim v'chelek me'achasidim That is how the Sfaradim act. Uminhag Yotze Teman, the Temanim, Shemenaneim Arba Pe'amim, they shake 4 times. Mipnei she'en chozrim al pasuk Ana Hashem Hoshiana. The Temanim don't have the custom to repeat Ana Hashem Hoshiana, so they only do it 4 times. Leminhag Ashkenaz, with regard to Ashkenazim, HaKahal Menanea Belulav Tesha Pe'amim. The Kahal shakes 9 times, the Chazan Sheva Pe'amim, and the Chazan 7 times. Vezot mishum shel minhag ze noagim lenanea bekol et sheomrim ba'alel hodu l'Hashem, because their custom is every time that it says hodu l'Hashem, they shake. Va'edei kach mitvafsim lakal od 4 nanuim. There's 4 times that there's additional 4 times that hodu is mentioned in Chazan in the Hallel, and they shake it for each one. ולחזן עוד 2 ננועים. ההבדל בין החזן לקהל נובע ממנהג אמירת 4 פסוקים אלו. What are those 4 times? הודו לאדוני כי טוב כי לעולם חסדו, which we do, even Sfaradim. But then you have יאמר נא ישראל כי לעולם חסדו, יאמרו נא בית אהרון כי לעולם חסדו, יאמרו נא ירא אדוני כי לעולם חסדו. So those are all times that the Ashkenazim are shaking the lulav, where the Sfaradim are not. למנהג אשכנז, הקהל עונה אחר כל אחד מהפסוקים, הודו להשם כי טוב, כי לעולם חסדו. You have to be in an Ashkenazi minyan to understand how they do it. Basically, when the Chazan says, Yomar na Yisrael ki לעולם חסדו, the kahal goes on and repeats that line, and goes on to the next line and repeats, Hodu l'Adonai ki tov ki לעולם חסדו. They always repeat, Hodu l'Adonai ki tov ki לעולם חסדו, for each one of those lines. That's a kahal. Therefore, the kahal is shaking every single time they're saying Hodu Hashem Kitov Ki L'Olam Chasto. Nimsa shakal menaneh belulavo b'cholar b'psukim. So if the kahal is repeating Hodu Hashem Kitov after every time the chazan says one of those lines, they're shaking the lulav. אבל החזן מנענע רק בשני הפסוקים הראשונים, the chazan only does the first 2. בראשון מפני שהוא אומר הודו לאדוני כי טוב כי לעולם חסדו. ובשני, the second one, מפני שבפסוק זה הוא קורא לכל ישראל להודות להשם. Because the second one that says, יאמר נא ישראל כי עולם חסדו, that one is calling on all the Jews to shake the lulav, or to thank Hashem, ובכך הוא שוטף בהם שהם אומרים אחר כך הודו. אבל בשני הפסוקים האחרונים, but the last 2 psukim, which are Yomruna Bet Aaron and Yomruna Yireh Hashem, Kevan Shu Omer Shebet Aaron V'Yireh Hashem Yishabuchu LaHashem, since he's saying that the house of Aharon and those that fear God should praise Hashem, Chazan eno nichlal imahem. The Chazan is not included among them, V'lachen eno menaneh bahem, and therefore he does not shake. Od nanua echad mitvasev leminhag Ashkenaz v'sof ha'alel. There's another nanua at the end for the Ashkenazim, shehoil v'omrim pa'amayim hodu l'Hashem, menaneim sham pa'amayim. Ukvar lamanu shapi ha'kabbalah menanim sham pa'amachat. But we already learned that Kabbalistically they only do 5. And we follow the minhag mekubalim, as he mentioned, where we only do 5. The only difference that we do, as opposed to what he mentioned here, he said that for Ana Hashem Hoshiana, you would do 2 shakings per word, and Sfardim do 2, and then we pause for Hashem, and then 3 for Hoshia, and then Na, another one. So there's your 6, contrary to what he mentioned over here. Okay, next chapter he says about Nashim Uktanim Balulav, women and children for the Lulav. Nashim Peturot mi mitzvot netilat Lulav. Women are exempt from the mitzvah. Hoyed vehi tluya bizman, because it is a time-bound mitzvah. Uklal nakud beyadenu, nashim peturot mi mitzvot aseh she'azman graman. We know the rule that anytime you have a mitzvah that is time-bound, that women are exempt from it. Veisha sherotza lekayem mitzvah she'azman grama, yesh la al ken kach sachar. However, if a woman wants to fulfill a mitzvah of shofar or lulav or sukkah or any of these mitzvot that are time-bound, they can do it and they get reward. Leminhag rov yotzot Sfarad, according to most Sfaradim, nashim enan mevarchot al mitzvot aseh she'azman grama. If a woman chooses to shake a lulav, she does not say a beracha. Sheheach tevarech asher kideshan b'mitzvotav etzivanu kasher lo nitzavta. How can she say asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav when she was not commanded. So you can't say a bracha that God commanded me to do this mitzvah when she was not commanded to. So therefore, Sfaradim hold that if a woman is going to fulfill a mitzvah that she's not commanded to do, then she recites no bracha. We spoke about this a few weeks ago with regards to shofar. That if a man wants to go home and blow shofar for a lady, okay, he does not recite a bracha for her because assuming he already heard the shofar himself. But you don't recite a bracha for a lady. The lady is not chayavet. Uminhag yotzot Ashkenaz, but the Ashkenazim hold differently. Hoil ve'anashim mekaimot bekach mitzvah mevarchot. Ashkenazim hold no. The fact that they're fulfilling a mitzvah, it's okay to say a bracha, and women do say a bracha. Ve'en chashash shegabe anusach mipnei she'en omnim benusach habracha vetzivani ela vetzivanu, because it's vetzivanu hainu et klal Yisrael. Meaning, he's answering for the Ashkenazim. We said before that we said, how can you say Vetzivanu if the woman was not commanded? So Vetzivanu is not specifically to that woman. It's for the Klal Yisrael. The Jewish people got the mitzvah of lulav, okay, and that's why they're saying this bracha. But there's not specifically to me, the woman who wants to shake the lulav. I'm part of the Klal, and therefore the Jewish people got this mitzvah. I can say the bracha. And the Nashim are part of the Ve'af Nashim Biklal Zeh. ואף שלפי מנהג ספרדים נשים אינן מברכות על מצוות עשה של זמן גרמה, לגבי נטילת לולב נהגו רבות לברך, ויש שנתנו לכך טעמים על פי קבלה. Now, he brings over here that even though there are many Sfaradim generally don't say the bracha, he says with regards to the lulav, many do have the custom to say a bracha, and he says the reasons are Kabbalistic, which he does not bring down over here. Let me see what he says over here in the note. So the Chida says that the women say a bracha. So Kaf HaChaim, Rav Masas says that women can say a bracha if they want to, but the Shulchan Aruch and Yabia Omer, that's Rav Ovadia, say not to. Interesting. Okay, but he doesn't bring down the reasons, the Kabbalistic reasons. Katan shiodea lenanea et halulav kadin. If you have a child that knows how to shake the lulav properly. To go back and forth, up and down. Aviv chayav lechanecho lemitzvat lulav. A father should train and educate his child with that mitzvah. If a son is able to go to Bet Knesset and pray, the father should be koneh for his son, the Arba Minim, so that he can shake the lulav the way in the places that the Chachamim instituted. But let's say if the father doesn't have the means to, or it's too much money, whatever, at least he should give him his own lulav so that he can fulfill the mitzvah and teach him the proper way. Tov le'oded בנות קטנות שנענעו בכל יום את הלולב, ואף שנשים תרום מדינת לולב, בכל מקום מצווה יש להן, ואם כן, יש בזה חינוך לחיבור מצוות. He says also for young girls, you can give your lulav to the young girls to shake, and even though we said that they are pturot and they're exempt, nevertheless it's a mitzvah for them, and it teaches them and educates them on embracing the mitzvot. Yes?
Does it matter whether you shake your lulav in your home or in your sukkah?
No, it has to be, you could do it in your sukkah or in the Bet Knesset during Hallel. Right? But if you're praying at home and you don't have a sukkah, okay, then you could still shake the lulav at home during Hallel. Right? Okay, we'll stop here. Hazak.